Look, we gotta talk about this. 'Cause this right here is what happens when you let internet debaters cook for too long without nobody checking the seasoning. My boy Destiny out here trying to school the lefties, telling them to relax, take a deep breath, and stop turning every conversation into a whole United Nations summit.
No.
And also, I'm only talking about messaging here because the underlying idea is different, okay? Or not like the underlying idea is not soy. It's a good thing, right? Like diversity is a good thing to have, not because it's right and not because it's woke and not because it's politically correct, but because there's like a whole new batch of content and people that you can associate with when there are more voices involved, right? Mudahar is not a white guy, right? Abba and Preach are not like white dudes. This is like what the internet predominantly was. As weird or as crazy as Ayla Girl is, right? She has a lot of entertainment on the internet. That's a woman on the internet. Like they're like having these different groups of people that all feel comfortable stepping into online spaces and like adding their voices. It's nice. It's more entertaining. It makes at the end of the day for better content for us, right? There are like tons of different types of people that are just it's better to have like all of these voices here and to be able to hear people and whatever. Not for any like woke or cringe or whatever reason, just because it's more literally is more entertaining. Like that's it. Yeah, you don't have to be woke scoldy about it.
Why
He's
you're
debate trained. He doesn't talk.
No,
like,
I know why
he's
you're
debate trained. He doesn't talk.
No,
like,
I can
he
tell.
doesn't talk
yeah.
like we talk at
yeah.
the gym.
No,
you know what I mean?
yeah, like, we're not like a bro, but I'm trying to understand why you're relating the two.
Come on, I could be bro. Yeah, sure, I got you. So there's two things. I would personally hold to the position that human rights should probably be federally protected against. I don't think in any scenario a state should be able to legalize a human rights violation. And it's that principle that drives us to the conclusion that it's going to be up to the states and should be protected against by the federal government. However, I also apply that to certain abortions. For instance, I think it is a human rights violation to infringe upon an individual's bodily integrity and autonomy without good reason. And I'd actually say it's those same human rights violations that drive us to the conclusion that it's wrong. However, under that same category, comes the criminalization of elective lethal abortions before a certain point, because there's just simply no reason to ban it.
It's fair. I mean, I can't really argue it. There's no arguing that.
I just chill. Just like calm down a little bit. Just like you can be a little bit more relaxed, you know? Dean Withers is super young and he's in like a super combative thing on TikTok. So I'm not like calling him out in particular or whatever, but I'm just saying like, I think a lot of people just need to kind of like take a deep breath, chill a little bit, and it's okay.
And then on the other side, you got Dean Withers on Bradley Martin's podcast talking about human rights like he in a courtroom trying to pass legislation mid-podcast. Bruh, the internet don't work like that. Now listen, I ain't saying my boy Dean don't got some points. In fact, he out here spitting on some of it. But you gotta understand, the way you deliver a message matters. If you come in with that energy, like you giving a dissertation at the UN, the audience gon' tune you out. That's just facts. And Destiny, he already been through this. He know how this game work. He trying to tell these lefty debaters, yo, chill a little, be normal. Talk to people like they're regular human beings, not like you trying to unlock a new debate achievement on TikTok. 'Cause look, when you out here talking diversity, human rights, all that serious stuff, you gotta be strategic. Destiny ain't saying diversity ain't important. He literally saying the exact opposite. But when you trying to convince the internet, you can't come off like a woke school principal handing out demerits. People gon' react to the energy before they react to the message. And if the energy off, you lost before you even start. And bruh, this clip of Dean Withers? Phew, my man up there talking like he in a legal battle against the Supreme Court. Homie going in deep on human rights, bodily autonomy, states' rights, like we had a Senate hearing or something. And I ain't saying he wrong. I'm just saying, read the room, bro. You on a podcast with Bradley Martin, a dude who probably just want to talk about creatine, lifting, and why people be hating on Andrew Tate. That ain't the place for the Harvard thesis. This what Destiny be trying to say when he tells lefties to chill. Like, it's okay to be passionate, it's okay to care. But if you want people to listen, you gotta switch it up sometimes. Not every conversation gotta be a World War III level debate. Sometimes you just gotta vibe, talk, get people to warm up to you. It's a finesse game, not a who can use the biggest words contest. And bruh, let's be real. When Destiny is telling people to chill, you know it's real. 'Cause my mans has gone to war with folks over politics. He been on every battlefield, from Twitch debates to YouTube beefs to real-life panels, where dudes was one bad take away from throwing hands. He ain't saying this just to say it. He know from experience that the best way to get through to people ain't always by hammering them with technical jargon. Sometimes, you just gotta talk to them like they at the bar with you, chopping it up over a drink. Now, let's break this down even further, because this ain't just about one podcast moment. This a whole culture of online debates that's getting more and more detached from reality. You got these TikTok debaters who've been forged in the fires of 60-second soundbites, where the goal ain't even to convince anybody. It's just to go viral. The more combative, the better. The more aggressive, the more likes, the more engagement. It's all about dunking on the other side, not actually getting them to hear what you're saying. That's why Destiny trying to tell them, like, yo, this approach don't work in long-form conversations. You go on a 3-hour podcast with that TikTok energy, you gonna get ignored, dismissed, and cooked. And I don't even blame Bradley Martin and them if they sit there confused. You gotta know your audience. See, Dean Withers, he got talent, he got passion, but he also got that young debater syndrome. He think if he just hits people with enough logic, enough technical breakdowns, they gon' magically start agreeing with him. But bruh, human nature don't work like that. People don't change their minds off straight facts alone. They change their minds when they connect with somebody, when they feel like that person understands them. That's why people like Destiny, Joe Rogan, even people on the right like Ben Shapiro or Andrew Tate. Why they got huge followings. It ain't just what they say, it's how they say it. Bruh, this is the internet. The people watching these debates ain't policymakers. They ain't lawyers. They regular people. And regular people don't want to sit through a whole legislative breakdown when they just trying to watch a podcast to vibe. That's why so many leftist debaters struggle with outreach. They be talking like they in a political science class, while the right-wing dudes just be cracking jokes, talking to people like they at a cookout. And that's the crazy part. The right-wing influencers ain't even got better arguments half the time, but they got better delivery. They know how to connect. So let this be a lesson to all y'all out there trying to change minds. Stop trying to sound like a Wikipedia page. Learn how to just talk to people. Hit em with real talk. Make em laugh. Make em think. But most importantly, make em feel like you actually trying to have a conversation, not just lecture em. That's how you really win people over. And real quick before I wrap this up, yo, if y'all rock with this type of content, hit that subscribe button on my YouTube channel. We breaking down these internet moments, calling out the nonsense, and making sure y'all get the real without all the extra fluff. So go ahead, tap in, hit that sub button, and let's keep it pushing.